Hello and welcome to VNA News Daily Bulletin. Coming up next, we have your top stories. Prime Minister works with officials of localities affected by mass fish deaths. Traditional long dress show highlights Hue Festival. Vietnamese traditional sandwich in modern style. On May 1st, Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc worked with officials of localities affected by mass fish deaths in the central province of Hà Tĩnh. The session with representatives from the central coastal provinces of Nghệ An, Hà Tĩnh, Quảng Bình, Quảng Trị and Thừa Thiên Huế was aimed at seeking solutions to mass fish deaths to help local people stabilize their life and production. Speaking at the session, Prime Minister Phúc said mass fish deaths in the central provinces is a complicated environmental problem which has occurred in Vietnam for the first time. Due to limited experience, ministries, agencies and localities were slow in coordinating with one another in determining the cause of the problem, failing to find timely and appropriate solutions to the problem. The Prime Minister affirmed that the working session would discuss and seek measures to help affected people soon stabilize their lives and production, especially the practice of fishing, aquaculture, and to prevent similar cases. The government leader asked for specific actions to assist people in the affected areas in overcoming the difficulties. According to the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, it is estimated that 67 tons of farm-raised and 100 tons of wild fish have died since the disaster started in central localities. Affected provinces proposed that relevant ministries and agencies announce the cause of mass fish deaths at an early time to avoid moves by bad elements to incite demonstration. The real estate sector reported a reduction of nearly $152.5 million in inventory in April from the previous month to an estimated value of $1.86 billion. More details coming up next.
The highest inventories were recorded in residential and commercial land for projects located far from cities with insufficient infrastructure. They were estimated at more than 6.3 million square meters and valued at $964 million. This was followed by townhouses with 6,179 units worth $515.7 million. Unsold apartments stood at 5,959 units, equivalent to nearly $381.1 million. Unsold properties in Hanoi were calculated at $273.5 million, a decline of $5.6 million from March. Most of the inventory was in townhouses with 2,009 units, while the apartment segment witnessed a sharp fall in its inventory with only 187 units in stock. Meanwhile, the total inventory value in Ho Chi Minh City was $345.3 million, falling $27.2 million from last month, mainly in the apartment segment, with 3,089 units worth $237.7 million, followed by residential land with 264,629 square meters worth $53.8 million. Townhouse inventory was calculated with 297 units worth $37.3 million, while commercial lands were at 34,318 square meters worth $19.6 million.
Given the fact that the quality of human resources is essential to the national socio-economic development, how domestic education needs to change itself to tackle with emerging challenges during the international integration process is a pressing issue.
Vietnam's accession to the ASEAN Economic Community on December 31st last year and the recently signed Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement have created a new drive for the country to deeply integrate into the world economy. However, the country's universities failed to be ready for integration. while language barriers still exist as the biggest problem among students.
My English skills are not good, and I find it difficult to communicate in English due to the lack of practice.
I'm still not fully confident about my English skills.
We intend to change the curriculum. For example, 80% of the curricula for first-year students will focus on teaching English to make it easier for them to follow in later years when some of the subjects will be taught in English.
Currently, there are no Vietnamese universities ranked in the world's top 500. Integrating into the big playground will require the domestic education system to focus on improving the quality of university training, especially English qualifications. Alongside this, the exchange of students and lecturers with countries in the region and across the world should be another priority.
We as your companies here in Vietnam need high qualified people, staff, engineers, service technicians and so on. And we need also these partners in the companies that we can shape the future of every country.
Well, we are here as a delegation of Canadian universities and colleges. We're traveling here to Vietnam. We spent the past week visiting higher education institutions at the college level, at the university level, and at the K-12 level. And I think what we've seen is that there is still a very high...
In a flat world with a deep international integration, university education plays an increasing role. If Vietnam doesn't want to lag behind, the country should proactively integrate into the global education system. Universities also need to seize opportunities offered by the international integration to affirm their prestige and brand names.
A traditional long dress fashion show has been launched as part of the ongoing Huế Festival in the central province of Thừa Thiên Huế. Let's take a look. Striding the catwalk of the show were 80 beauty queens and supermodels, along with 100 students wearing gorgeous Vietnamese long dresses made by 10 famous designers in the country. The event revived the simple but elegant look of ordinary people, as well as the luxurious and noble style of the royalties. The traditional long dresses grow and change along with the country's development, and tonight, accompanied by the music of Huế and performed by local people, the dresses are even more complemented. Showcased at the event were from impressive collections by Vietnamese designers, emphasizing innovation and creativity based on tradition. Throughout the 8 seasons of Huế Festival, the traditional long dress fashion show has established itself as a crowd favorite for both domestic and international travelers. In celebration of the Southern Liberation and National Reunification Day, April 30th, Ho Chi Minh City launched a fireworks show for hundreds of thousands of people. On April 30th, 1975, the Vietnamese Liberation Army tanks smashed through the gate of the Independence Palace, where the Saigon government was holding its ground. The historic moment ended the 21-year partition of Vietnam, creating a united society and political institution, as well as restoring territorial integrity and opening a new chapter in Vietnam's history. I feel very happy today to be here with my family watching the fireworks. I am proud of the April 30th victory. It is a bustling atmosphere. I feel incredibly proud to be part of this joyous occasion.
Here with our Vietnamese friends celebrate Reunification Day, and we're very glad to be here in Vietnam to see the fireworks go off. It's a very important day in history and I'm glad to be here.
The April 30th victory opened a new era of independence and reunification for Vietnam, which is now engaged in the renewal process under the leadership of the Communist Party of Vietnam. The Hạ Long Carnival art performance took place in Hạ Long City of northern Quảng Ninh province. We went along to take a look. Around 1,600 artists, including those from the Philippines and Ukraine, participated in the event, which was no longer just a dynamic street parade like previous years. A high-range firework display also made a strong impression on visitors. First organized in 2007, the annual festival has delivered different and fresh experiences to visitors each year. It has become a unique tourism trademark of the locality. The carnival was the highlight of the 10-day Hạ Long Quảng Ninh Tourism Week. Nearly 40 cultural, sport and tourism events will be held during the week, including a pageant contest, a photo exhibition, a summer music festival, and a beach volleyball tournament. Quảng Ninh is home to Hạ Long Bay, which was twice recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994 and 2000. On the same day, art performances were also organized to promote tourism in Cửa Lò and Do Sơn beaches, two tourist attractions in the central province of Nghệ An and the northern city of Hải Phòng, respectively. Bánh mì, or Vietnamese sandwich, is one of the most popular foods among Vietnamese people, though it is only recently that people began to pay more attention to inventing and improving new kinds of sandwiches, making them even more attractive to both local and foreign customers. Jean Bresson has been living in Vietnam for more than 7 years. Having tried many Vietnamese specialties, Jean regards bánh mì as one of his favorites, filled with many traditional Vietnamese ingredients, such as pork and Vietnamese pate. But recently, Jean has discovered a new trend in local sandwiches, using recipes from many countries worldwide. I think using traditional breads to make modern-style sandwiches like this is not a bad idea. It is different and I like it. The bread here is delicious, particularly the baguette, which is very similar to the French original. Personally, I like it, and I think many Vietnamese will like it as well. These are some of the sandwich shops in Vietnam that have received rave reviews from famous travel websites such as TripAdvisor, Rough Guide, and BBC Travel. Though it was only until recently that people began to see the market potential for a Vietnamese sandwich brand and began expanding in a more modern approach. We chose the sandwich because it can be made shortly and satisfy Vietnamese people's demands for fast foods. Our motto is to deliver fast foods with high quality and hygiene. The sandwiches are more carefully studied and selected from different tastes around the world. The bread imitates different products in the form of white and brown baguettes, panini, and ciabatta, while the main ingredients include stewed beef, grilled chicken breast, and tuna, delivering a wide variety of choices for customers. I think this is a fantastic idea really, when you use Western ingredients but still maintain the traditional Vietnamese bread's taste while highlighting new features of the sandwich. Sandwiches are becoming a popular dish of Vietnam. By adapting to world cultures, the Vietnamese sandwich will affirm its position as one of the most delicious specialties in the world. And that has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thanks for watching. For more information, please log on to our website at vietnamplus.vn. Goodbye for now.